It's another theme for the YouTube collab loop group, and this time the theme is coffee. As a tea person, it would be interesting to see me pull this off, right? So if that's something that interests you, keep it right here. What's up, everyone? This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. I have a few sticker books here which I thought would go with the theme. And when I last checked, both of these sticker books from Live, Love, Posh, and Plan Anything were still available. I'm not sure about the Aesthetic Plans ones. But they do have these coffee stains and the coffee marks, which I thought would look nice, right? And some quotes and some of the girls reading. And there are some really coffee looking drinks in here, along with some coffee shops. And I thought this would be a nice combination with the coffee and the books. So if you like to see such creative setups to try, I think subscribing to my channel and turning on the bell notification would be a good place to start because you get to see a lot of creative things I do here. And I'm counting the number of pages I will need for this setup, and I have some washi tapes. Some are from Plan Anything, and these are part of the Fragrant Memories or something was the name of the tape. And I have some lace washi also. The lace washi and those smaller, thinner washi tapes are from the washi tape shop, and the other two washis are from Plan Anything. And the square journal you see me use is from Archer and Olive. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer, the tabletop paper trimmer from Journal Say. And that paper clip and the small scissors are all from Journal Say as well. And my code Priya can earn you 8% off every time you shop Journal Say. And it can be stacked and over, I think, 29 US dollars or something. They do ship international for free. Not sure about the current import duties and all those implications, but that used to be the case. And for the other stores, Archer and Olive, Plan Anything, Live, Love, Posh, and a few other shops, my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off every time you shop. And I will get to the concept of the YouTube collab loop group if you're not familiar with it. So I'm currently using the paper trimmer to cut these lace washi in half so that I can use the top part or the bottom part here when I lay it down here. And I'm going to be using that scalloped edge. You will see me decorate it. And I will be saving the other half of the strips for later use. And that lace washi was something I really used very, very well. So I have kind of a book inside a book kind of concept I want to do. Again, I have done something similar in my fall spreads last year. But I thought these colors and also the whole theme and the whole vibe of the fall went with all these colors. So that's why I thought these Baroque lace washi tapes were quite the ones I was looking for. And I'm going to join that to create that seamless look all the way until the edge of the page, or maybe just a bit before that. So I think I do go ahead and trim that off, but then I realized I should maybe have a small space on the right side of the page as well, just like it is on the left. I don't say it is entirely symmetrical. The spaces are not the same size, but I think the whole concept is the same. And coming back to the loop group concept, and here I'm going to cut from there so that we will have a nice edge, and we will get cutting using my gyro cut, and I will also have the area I want to use for the bottom part sorted and left aside so that we can do all the cutting together in one go. So I'm going to use this half and half in two colors. One is a black and one is an orange, a deep orange, more like a brown. So these colors I think went very well with the other washi tape also. And I'm going to use that washi cutter to cut the washi. And also, you saw how that washi tape comes in handy when you have to make it sit snug against the spine. So there we have the washi tape being used to make that border along the edges also. Just finishing off that small book in there. And let me know if you have tried something of this sort before, because not everybody is comfortable playing around with stickers and washi. Some people do get adventurous, but some people are very hesitant to do so. And I totally understand. Everybody is different. So this is going to be the left side of that. And we will be cutting along the notebook or the book that we just made using the washi tapes. We created the book using that lace washi at the top and the other slim washies along the other three sides. So coming back to the YouTube collab loop group, sorry, I interrupted myself earlier. So if you're not familiar with the whole concept, it's very simple. So you join the loop group through either my video or through anybody else's. And once you watch that person's video, in an ideal world, you would subscribe to their channel if you have not. Take a moment to comment on their video and mention something they liked, they did not like, they agree or disagree, or something of that sort. Some comment to let the algorithm know that you are doing a good job interacting with people and all of that good stuff. And then you continue to the next person who will be linked in the description along with the video you can watch. And it is usually using the same theme that everybody does videos on. So it is a whole bunch of creative folks that come together under the leadership of Lisa Marie. Her handle is Creatively Lisa Marie on all social media platforms, and she is a lady who does all the hard work behind all the YouTube collab loop groups that you see. So once you continue on in the loop, you will end up where exactly you started. So it could be my video or somebody else's, depending on where you started. So once you have that same video in front of you, you will have completed the loop and you will have subscribed to all the amazing creators that are part of the group. So it is an amazing thing because you get to have a wide variety when it comes to the interpretations of the theme. So you might have folks who do not like coffee. I mean, I can handle coffee once in a while, but I'm not a big fan. I'm a tea person, and that too, maybe one tea in the morning and maybe some of the herbal teas, if at all I need to, because under social circumstances, you are expected to be giving them company. So, in such instances, I do have more than one tea, but otherwise, it's just one tea in the morning. And I don't believe that caffeine is what should be running your life. So, just sleep well. And for me, that's how it works. So, if you are a coffee person and if you need lots of coffee, lots of favorite things you add in your coffee, please by all means go ahead. It's not something I mentioned to hurt anybody or to nudge anybody. It's just something that I feel because caffeine, some people seem to be working mostly on caffeine. I talk about my husband because he sometimes the workload is too much and then he sleeps very less and then caffeine is what he keeps running on, which I don't quite agree on that, but sometimes that's how life is, so I totally understand. And so we are on to the next page, and I'm going to create a very similar arched surface on the bottom page also. And you see how it all overlaps a bit, but not quite overlapping, you see. It is a bit off. So you see the arches lined up perfectly, and it would be a good thing once you finish and you have the entire set of pages ready in your book inside the book. So that is the next washi tape, and I deliberately picked the washi tapes with two colors, half and half. And this time it's brown and green. And I think these colors also work perfectly for the fall season that we are in. And that washi cutter is from Live Love Posh, and it is quite handy for such uses. And as you can see, I'm just overlapping the washi at the bottom so that the bottom part can be nice and crisp. I could also use a scissors for the very tip, but I think this is good. And just to straighten that out. So that is the next Dutch door. And I think we will have another Dutch door. So I'm just going ahead and cutting the page. For the straight edges, as you can see, I'm using the scissors. And for the others, I will be using the gyro cut for the non-straight edges. And there are lots of fun things that I get to try in my creative journal, especially, and this is my creative journal. So I had shared a full flip through of the completed creative journal from 2024, and that was the first year I kept a creative journal. So that was a much requested one. So I finally made sure that I uploaded the after the pen because there's only so many videos I can do in a week. Currently, I do 3 videos every week, and between everything that I have going on in my life, I think that's ample job for me. So I think 3 is a good number, and for the longest time, I debated between keeping it at 3 and moving down to maybe 2, but looks like 3 is a good number. And next we have one more page to cover. So I'm going and trimming a bit more of that Baroque lace washi. And this one also, it comes in a set of 5 washi tapes. And can you imagine that I finished an entire roll of the black lace washi because I use it so often Black, especially, is so versatile. I can use it any season, on any spread, any theme. So I think I'll need one more, and that's why I was deciding on whether I will need an entire full length, but I think we should. And this paper trimmer is quite handy, especially since it is so compact and it stays on my desk. And it is a nice, useful size as well. So next we have the scrap being used from the last setup. And always remember to use your scraps, don't waste it. And that will be our last one. And I think I'm just trimming it off at that junction. And yeah, I think that's perfectly hidden behind there. And we have one more round of the borders. And I think the borders are perfectly framed in this case because earlier in some of my older spreads, what I used to mark the edge is by using the distress oxides. So it is important that we have a clear demarcation because otherwise it just gets lost amongst the other elements. And please check out all the other amazing creators we have this time. The number changes every time, so that is why I'm not mentioning who exactly I will be tagging, but the next person will definitely be tagged along with their video. So check that out. You will be surprised at how much variety you get to see. And it is going to be it's going to be a surprise element because you never know whether it is a journal setup, a planner setup, a Hobonichi, a Happy Planner, a plum paper, a Moxie Life. You never know what you get. So that is our next Dutch door, and this will be the last door that we will be cutting out. And I think that will be a good number. And I have enough pages in this creative journal to last me through the end of the year. And I have a good selection of journals that I can use. I had shared my summer and the fall release haul from Arch and Olive. And if you have seen that video, you will know what exactly I have in my stash. And please let me know which journal I should pick for 2026. I can't even imagine I'm saying 2026 aloud. We're so close to the start of 26. And yeah, looks like we'll need some more. That's always the case because every time I think that we have cut enough, then I realize not quite. So I think when I lay down the lace this way, it gets easier to make sure that it is straight. It is kind of straight, not perfectly straight, I must say. But I think it is good enough. And that is, I think, the next Dutch door and the last page. And we have the scraps that we have from the other pages. So making use of one of the scraps because we don't need a whole lot. And I think this will help with that half of one arch. And that will be, yeah, that'll be good. Let me know how you're liking this. And also, this would be the first part where I come and set up that book frame and the outline of the book. And next, we will come and decorate the book inside the book, and of course, the edges. We need some coffee elements, right? And this is going to be, yeah, the washi cutter. See how easy it makes your life. And I'm going to have that lined just like in the previous pages. And next we will have some more of the, I'm trying to keep it symmetrical to what we have on the right page. And that I think is good. Yeah, at least 4 pages for the book, right? So now we have the full outline of the book. Now we can come and start decorating it. And there are no additional elements to look at. I thought I will just keep it simple, like just like so. And I'm going with my distress oxide again. This is something which gives the color of maybe the ground or the farm pathway or something. It's more like the straw color, so more like a after the harvest, how the farmland looks. I think that's kind of the color to be exact. And it gives a nice background for all the other fun elements to come on top. And if you ask me, I think clear stickers make for a prettier spread, especially when used on top of inks, the distress oxides. And I do have a full playlist wherein I share everything, including the tutorials for the distress oxides, distress inks, and what you can do to make sure that you have a clean end product and you don't have accidents everywhere you go. So it is a kind of a good place to check out. And that video will be linked below. So that is some of the coffee stains. And I'm going to randomly place some of the stains. And this is, yeah, I think we can use those scraps also. And that was the last setup I did on here. And the theme was self-care. And I even used some of those purple journal pages from Arch and Olive that came out in June. So I think it was really fun. So we have some of those scraps being used. Why should we lose some of those coffee stains, right? So I'm throwing in a few more splotches also, just so that we'll have a balance with the colors. And yeah. That was from the For the Love of Books from Aesthetic Plans. I'm not an affiliate for Aesthetic Plans. I'm sure there are enough affiliates if you want to shop. And there are no discount codes, sadly, but it is always nice to support an affiliate. That's the least you can do. And we have this Fall Love sticker book from Live Love Posh. And this was still available if you are keen on getting some really pretty colors and pretty spreads for fall. This is a really good book. Lots of collections, fun setups. And don't forget to use my code every time you shop on regular priced items. It's not applicable on posh boxes, bundles, and bundle sets. So for individual items, you can save some change. Just like with Planything, Arch and Olive, and the washi tape shop also. And these Baroque lace washi tapes they were really popular and got sold out, and they restocked it. So if you are on the lookout for something of that sort, which can be used to jazz up any spread, just like you see here, I brought in the brown one. So if that's your intention, I think you should go check out the shop, the washi tape shop, and also this washi set, which can be quite handy for all your spreads all year long. So that is our first set of elements, and I think I will go for mostly browns and muted colors, maybe, and throw in some of these pinks and oranges just for some interest. Nothing too much. I don't want the other elements to get lost. So we have some of the orange stores also. It can be like a bookstore, but it could be like a coffee shop also with some books alongside. So this was part of a subscription box that came out from Planything, but that since that is not the current one, my code can be used on that because for the current subscription boxes, the codes do not apply. And shipping has not resumed to the States. I hope it does soon. I know a lot of you are really bummed that it is not shipping to the States anymore. So they are still figuring out how to sort it out. So I'm sure a resolution will be arrived at very soon. And I think I will go for this quote, and I was hoping it'll go down just like that, but looks like not. We'll have to go ahead and do some sticker surgery on that. And yes, so that is the bottom part separated. And I'll have to go back and separate the middle line also. Once I put it down, then I understand because it does not look good as is. So looks like we will have to separate that phrase also. And let me know if you would have stopped at this, or would you have kept going like me? Because not everybody work the same way, not everybody thinks the same way. And that is the quote, perfectly spaced for that. And this one has these alphas, and I think I really need to bring in a couple of the alphas. But before that, let's bring in some more of those coffee and coffee themed elements, say a pile of books and then a coffee It could be coffee or tea or hot chocolate or anything. For our subject of interest, we would say that it is coffee for now. It can be anything else. So we have some of these cozy elements, cute elements to go with all these inks and the coffee stains. And if it were not for this theme and the challenge, I would never have done a spread based on coffee because I would not reach for coffee and I would not do anything related to coffee if it were not for this theme. So thank you, Lisa Marie, for doing that. And I think coffee and books do make a perfect pair. Since we have limited space on the top, I think I'm not spelling the whole coffee and books. I'm just going with coffee because that's what our theme currently is. So we have, yes, and that is coffee. And I think it did come out really cute. And that is, I think, a bit more of a space would be good. So that looks better. And we have, let's just take one more of those stains and that can always be used elsewhere. I think that was perfect. And I'm not going to kind of balance it out entirely, but I think it came together fairly easily. And we have this with some more of those cuter elements. And I think we need to create some more cozy corners on the pages so that it really embraces the concept of coffee and books. And the Planny Things sticker books do come with functional elements also. So I think it is easier to pull a spread together if you are ever on a time crunch. And yeah, I think just moving down that box will help. There are so many cute elements in here. I do end up using a few of the elements to make clusters in here. And that is going to be the next one. And I'm not going to add such elements to every page. So it is, that bow was perfect. Yeah, so you see how all these elements can be brought in just to bring in some of that interest. And also let me try adding some of these cute pre-decorated clusters. Okay, so that's, again, you do have to kind of make sure that you bring it closer to the elements you have to see if it will go well together. And sometimes that's a good judgment. And we have this gorgeous window scene with of the library, of course, because you do have the books and you have that beautiful fall scene. And we have this bookshelf also. And I'm looking for some girl who can sit there and enjoy that authentic looking library. So I think I want to look for a girl who can pitch in for us. And with just these elements, I think it lacks something. And I think the girl would be the best answer. So this is the next element I want to bring in. And it looks like we have some space here. And throwing in some of those leaves also to bring in some interest and some contrasting browns. And you can always have those acorns and some of those leaves which can fly around. Let me know if you have these sticker books. And let me also know if you like tea or coffee or hot chocolate or what your favorite beverage is. And please find all the videos for all the YouTube collab loop groups that I have done. It is a wide variety when it comes to themes. So it is interesting to watch all those setups with all the different themes every month. And that playlist is also linked if you want to check out all the themes. And please make sure that you are subscribing to my channel and you turn on that bell notification if you haven't already. And the next person in the loop will be tagged. So please go watch their video and then continue on. And please help all of us growing YouTubers grow in the competitive world of YouTube. And this is something that I would like to do, especially if I have a lot of pages that have some more paper on the spine, and it does help when you have that sticker right on top securing everything. So that's something I like to do, especially if you have the luxury of laying that down flat. And always use your scraps. And I think that is a good creative spread because all these combinations come to me as I take a look at the stickers or the washi or the theme. This time I did not have very much of an idea. I didn't, in fact. So I wasn't sure where to start, how to proceed, especially since I'm not a coffee person. But I like a good challenge, and that's why I'm here. So I'm going to bring this girl from that Fall Love sticker book. And I think maybe another quote will help. It could go right next to that girl, or it could go elsewhere. And I'm not sure if we need another quote right there. So I think it'll go best here. And let me know how you like this. If you like to see such creative things, even before I was on YouTube and how things were looking back then, Please check out my IG. It's a lovely creative community to hang out with, and it is really supportive, really sweet folks, and very, very creative. And all that information will be in the description. So, I recently started a newsletter. So, if you would like to subscribe to my newsletter, please make sure that you do. It is linked below. And if you have any trouble signing up, let me know. I can help. And that girl is from the For the Love of Books, and I think she looks perfect against that window. And I did not want the same girl, same angle, and I thought some more washi is what we need. So this was also from the Reading Through the Season subscription box. So this washi tape should be available as of the time of editing this is. I'm not sure if it is still is. So please check out Planything. That's also from Planything. And I'm just laying it down in a couple of different places, and it is just fine. Just throwing in small bits and pieces here and there just to bring some of that color and just to balance some of those shades at the bottom areas too. And the loudest shout out to Lisa Marie once again for hosting everything. It's a truly, truly wonderful thing that she does, and I couldn't be more grateful. And please don't forget to check out the next person's video in the description. And I think that is a wrap. Maybe some finishing touches here and there, and we should be done. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.